Hi, good day everybody. This is Yem here, and I'm here with a quick update in regards to Arabian Ranches. The cluster is starting from June because it's the closest to the entrance, even though it's not the first. It started with Sun, Joy, Spring, Ruba, Raya, Anya 1, Anya 2, and May. These are the townhouses clusters. June 1 and June 2, these are semi-detached villas. And of course, you have Bliss 1 and Bliss 2. They gave the most amount of living space internal, but if you're a garden person, then Bliss is not the place for you. The most premium villas over here are the Kaya, as well as Elisab, being very close to the Central Park. What's really nice about this community that it's designed to have 5 entrances and exit with a lot of amenities. Now let's take a quick look here about the transactions and the most recent one. Give us a better idea about what's happening and what has happened previously. Now let's look at the transactions. I'll start with the 3 bedrooms. This is going to include both the townhouses as well as the villas, Arabian Ranches 3 in general. Now the most recent transaction that happened has been in Raya at 3.05. Now some units have been handed over, some are still due to handover, but all are eligible for mortgage at this point. It happened at a 3.05. Now Bliss, due to them having a little bit of more expensive areas, the most recent hand has been a 3.2. That could have happened after the conflict, even though previously we've seen a transaction in Bliss going at 3.54. In regular townhouses, we've seen a transaction still at the 9th, on the 9th of April at 3.3. Of course, it takes a month or a month and a half for a transfer to happen, especially when mortgage is included. Now coming to the 4 bedrooms, the transactions are happening in the bigger layouts such as June, Elisab, and Kaya. The most recent transaction, and it's recording also the lowest, is a 5.25 that happened in June cluster. Bliss 1 has shown a 4.7 transaction, okay, but even though when it comes to townhouses, we've seen a very distressed sale at a 2.9 for a 3-bedroom townhouse in the Sun cluster, which is already handed over. Elisab has shown a very decent transaction as 8.6. Now moving towards the 5 beds, we've seen the most recent transaction 1st of May, and that would be at a 5.8 for a 5-bedroom in June. All right. The highest recorded would be on the 28th of April, was a 6.3, also in a 5-bed in June. And before that is a 6.3 that reflected on the 16th of March. Now, these probably happen most after the conflict. That's why I will put a little bit more of focus to them so that we'll have the average pricing that we'd be expecting to see. Now moving to rentals, we're seeing that great opportunities are happening in the bigger layouts. Now the most recent one is a 215 for 13 months in Kaya 1. A 3-bedroom in Kaya 1 now has transacted for 215. That was not the case prior to the most recent situation. Now in Bliss 2, it's going at a 180, and in Sun and the townhouses clusters, we're seeing 140 being the average. Previously, we have seen transactions at 160 and 150. Now 140, if you're looking to rent fast, I'd recommend you go for that price. Now in Ranches 3, there is more prevalence towards the bigger layouts, and especially when it comes to 4-bedroom. There's been rent happening during the beginning of May, end of April. Kaya went for 275 for 12 months. June, we've seen a 255, even though they were, prior to the conflict, almost reaching 300,000 in terms of rent. Now when it comes to Elisab, we're also seeing it at a 300 and 320. Now townhouses, Ruba has went for a 460 for 2 years, which makes it a 230 per annum, and that's been the average with most recent transactions. Now coming to the 5 beds, we're talking about June leading the transactions throughout May. the highest being a 300 and the lowest being a 280. Now, the reflection of all these transactions and what we have went through is that demand is there, people are looking to rent, but they're also expecting lower prices. Now, if you're considering to rent out your property or to sell it, or even know what's going on in the market and how to position yourself, I'll leave my number below and you can contact me.